Welcome to Wide Open Throttle podcast. My name's Jake.
And I'm Mark.
And we're here to talk about all things automotive and just a bit of banter as well and just what's going on in the car world. Anything of interest really to do with automotive.
Probably going to be a lot more banter than car stuff.
Yeah, probably a lot more banter. And just with cars, there's a lot... if cars were just to get to A to B, everyone would have the same thing, but there's well over 60 different brands just in the Australian market. So there's a lot of individuality out there, and I think the big part of people's lives is mobility and different cars and why they drive them and where they drive them. And yeah, we'll explore a few of those topics, I guess.
That, and we're going to today, we're just going to sort of lay out what we're going to do on the podcast. We're going to basically talk about, I guess, Jake, first of all. I want to ask him a few questions about himself. And then he'll probably do a few for myself, so you get to know who we are. It's all new to us at the moment as well, so I guess as we go on, we'll probably get better at this. This is our first time sitting together talking. We've worked together for a long time, working in the car industry, but this is the first time we've kind of sat down together to do a podcast, and the only way to get into it is to do it right off the top. Don't throw ourselves straight into it. Like, we haven't planned what we're going to talk about, really. I've got a few things written down, and I don't know if you did any of that. I sent you an email. A text message. I asked you your dream garage.
I did have it.
Have you worked it out
in
yet?
my other folder. I pretty much know what it would be.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, can we start with that?
Yeah, dream garage. So what you said was
okay, well, look, money, no option, right? Let's say you win Tats Lotto tonight, which I've bought a ticket, and I'm going to win $20 million tonight.
Can you tell me the numbers?
Yeah, I'll tell you my numbers. You can quickly put in a... All right, so let's go with, and there's 5 cars in your garage, so you got a big garage.
That's good. Nice.
So you've got a daily driver, you've got a family car, we've got a track car and a classic car. You've got a choice of the two. So you don't have to have, they could be the same car, it could be,
Yeah.
And then we've got a dream supercar and a dream hypercar.
No, that's nice.
Okay, so I've written mine down actually. I don't know if you've written yours down. I'm going to write down, let me open up another piece of paper.
I was dreaming on car sales when you mentioned those questions last night.
I struggled with it.
It's a bit of a hard one.
Well, I felt like I was actually buying a car and I had to make a choice.
Yeah, same. Because there's a lot of cars that are nice, but you think, I wouldn't be able to live with this car every day.
Well, I know what yours are going to be. Yours are all going to be Porsche.
Well, I didn't want to go cliche and do it all Porsche, so I'll try to think of something else. But for a daily driver...
Yeah, all right, let's go daily. Daily first.
I was thinking of, it's a bit of a tank, but an S-Class. I go the S63 AMG.
Well, so you're spending money. Like, you're straight off the bat, you're spending money.
I've got Powerball here, so I'm not going for the...
I went tight ass on the first one. I kind of didn't spend a lot of money. I reckon I'm just over $100,000.
Okay, I could have spent more. Look, you can pick these up. You can pick up a used one of these online for around $150.
Oh, so you're not talking brand new one. Like, you're talking maybe a...
I prefer a brand new one.
Okay, well, you can. You got the money for
15 models, all right. They depreciate faster than they accelerate. So
yeah. So what are you picking up a 15 model
S63? I could have gone the S65 and been greedy, but I don't need the V12.
Yeah, that's a 12 in it. Yeah, that's right.
I'm not interested. I have the sound of the V8, and it's pretty. There's no wings and fin. Beautiful handmade interior.
So you can blend in.
I can put it. Oh, doesn't exactly blend in, especially where I am. But it's got the nice air suspension. You can waft along with the radar cruise, and I could drive it every day, and you wouldn't get sick of it. But if you put your foot down, it's like it's a mid 4-second car still. So
it's a fast car.
You can still burn off if you have to. And it looks pretty boss. So
it's got to be black, isn't it?
I was thinking that's a bit cliche as well. I was thinking like a Tenorite grey or a charcoal grey.
Wow, you really thought about it.
I have.
Yeah.
I was looking.
I probably didn't put as much thought in. I probably should have.
My numbers are coming up. So. I think that'd be a good daily driver car. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you a guess of my daily. What do you think I chose? You know me a little bit.
So you're saying we weren't going to spend too much?
No, about 100. Oh no, what are 114, 115, maybe 120.
Are you going to go for a Macan S?
No, it wasn't a Porsche. No,
it wasn't a Porsche.
No, I've gone with a Tesla Model 3 Performance.
Oh, okay.
I want the electric car. I love it.
Cool
I think it's a cool car.
I was thinking about electric car. Yeah.
Because I haven't chosen electric on anything else, and I thought also they've got great performance. They're fast off the line.
They're really quick. Yeah.
And they're pretty futuristic. They're pretty cool. I like Elon Musk, and why not?
It's a good pioneering car. I was reading a test on it, that 3 Performance, and they ran 11.8 quarter mile every time. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, until they warm up a bit, the battery gets a bit warm, and then they.
Yeah, I did it 3 in a row. I'm not sure if they edited the footage or whatnot.
So that's like a drive to the city, dragging everyone off at the lights.
Yeah, I've had one of those on the way to work a few times. There's a guy at a Model 3, and I'm like, damn it.
There's a few of them out there. There's a
few
lot
more.
out.
There's more than I thought.
Well, I think the price is definitely is what's sort of pushing that.
You see their share price is now the most
valued. That went up a lot. I actually thought about buying something about $800 a share, and it's now $1,400-$1,500 or something. It might have dropped.
Yeah. What, you reckon they'll go flat?
Well, I hope not. You press that with yourself. At least you remembered which one it was.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a cool car. Yeah.
The next one, dream family car.
Family car. I don't want to go to again the word cliche. It's becoming a cliche. I don't want to be an SUV. I don't want to be in an SUV. I don't want to be in an 85 Tarago Space Invader Edition with stripes
at least you
on
get the
side.
200 kilowatt Tarago, mate. You go to V6.
Well, that'd be all right. No, I was thinking you got me on Porsche. I'll go Porsche Panamera GTS Gran Turismo. So it's like the wagon version.
Is that the 4 or 5 seat in that?
Well, it's an option.
So you can do it. So you would go to 5 seat?
I'll go the 5 seat.
You going for 3 kids?
No, not for 3 kids, no. So one on the way is enough at the moment. But
so Sport Turismo.
Sport Turismo, so you've got the big storage area. You've got the air suspension if you want to change the heights, if you have to go to footy oval, or it's got the all-wheel drive for safety. And it's got the sound, the 4-litre twin-turbo V8 under the hood.
And the all-important question, though, what colour are you going? I know what you're going to go. Mamba green.
It's got to be Mamba green.
So what colour would you go? Not mahogany?
No, I wouldn't go. I don't think I would go Mamba green.
Yeah.
I'd go the Carmine red.
Oh, wow.
Red.
You're going
Carmine
classic.
red with the black wheels.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nice, yeah.
Interior?
I think the Bordeaux red and the black with the full.
That's pretty
full
strong.
leather.
Red with red.
Yeah, the Bordeaux red's pretty dark, or maybe we should go something else. We can't go too light because the kids would mess it up pretty quickly.
Yeah, but dark stains are going to go on a light finish, and a light stain on a dark finish. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I've always said that. It doesn't matter what colour interior you go, the kids will stain it.
Yeah, true.
Kids will make a mess. All right, I'm going to ask you, what do you think I was going to go?
I think you're going to go something
family car. Remember, family.
Family car.
Yeah.
You're going to go Cayenne.
No, I'm not in Porsche again. No.
It's
kind of in the family. It is in the family. But I'm going Lamborghini Urus.
I was going to say Urus. Okay.
Yeah,
yep.
Urus. I love the car.
You're on the same platform. They do
yeah,
look good.
It sounds amazing.
Saw one at the not this Grand Prix, obviously. The one before, they had it on display.
Okay. It wasn't on the track or anything. It was
No,
just,
it was just
sitting there.
on a stand.
Static.
Yeah, yellow. It looked cool.
I like the green as well. I don't know which colour green it's called. I don't know if it's an Ithaca. I don't know what they call it, but the green. I saw a blue one outside work the other day. I don't know if you saw it.
Okay,
Yeah,
no, I didn't see it. The Urus. So you're talking about blending in. That doesn't blend in.
No, it's a family car. You don't need to blend in with that. My dream daily was one to blend in. Everything else from there kind of stands out a bit more.
Yeah.
But definitely Lambo. I've always been a Lambo fan, and I've chosen 2 Lambos on this list.
Okay.
Out of the 5 cars, I'll have 2 Lambos in this stable.
Far out. The old Italian stallion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not the Ferrari, but...
Yeah. That's good.
Now, the next one, dream track car or classic car, what would you use? What would you go for? Would you go for like a classic car, or would you go for a track car first?
Go for a modern classic, which is a track car.
Okay. All right,
Not too
do I have to
expensive.
guess this one?
Oh, well, I'll give you a clue. Mid-engine I'll go for.
Modern classic.
Mid-engine.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm confused now. So maybe, it's got to be in a Porsche stable. Yeah, it does.
you got
okay.
me.
So, all right, well, we go mid-engine, we go in Cayman.
Yes.
So Cayman GT4.
Well,
Or GDS.
I was thinking I'll go back a little bit.
You come back to a what?
A bit more modest. Cayman R.
Cayman R.
Cayman R.
So what year's a Cayman R?
2010. It's a 987.
Yeah.
It was a lightweight. It had like the little full fabric door handles.
3.4 litre.
3.4 litre.
So why would you go that? Is that because of the 3.4?
I think it's
You're
a bit
flat
red.
6 purist.
Well, everyone's got a GT4.
Yeah, I know. Well, not everyone, but
Not everyone, but there's more out there than not. So.
Yeah.
The Cayman R, you hardly ever see them, and they look so cool.
I did see one recently. It looked pretty cool. I
It's
saw
like
that.
behind the instrument cluster, there's no cowling.
Okay.
Just like a bare instrument cluster.
Really?
You got the little fabric door handles.
Okay.
Harder suspension. I drove one once years ago.
On the track?
It was like under supervision, like a driver instruction day. And it
Okay.
was really cool. I thought, Jesus, this is nice. That was Carmine Red too.
Carmine Red. So would you go Carmine Red again on this one? No, you go black.
No, I got it's called No, I'm a bit out there. It's called Peridot Green. It's a bright green.
I know the one, yeah.
Peridot Green.
Wow.
That'd be called with the Porsche stripes.
Okay, and the colour stripe, what were we talking, black
just
stripe?
Just a black stripe, but you could drive that to the track. I like that in a track car. You can actually drive it there.
And not fail on the track and have to truck it back.
Blokes with the truck there and the setup and all that. I like to be able to drive there.
And you've done a bit of driving on a track
as well. Done a bit of driving on
the
track, yeah.
And how have you gone with that? Have you always driven home every day, every time?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay. Is there a story there that we want to hear?
I remember at Phillip Island a couple of years ago, I had the 987 Boxster, just a little 2.7 manual, stock standard. What's that one? Just under 180 kilowatt, 240 horsepower. But just with a set of R specs, I was going around there in 1 minute 53 flat. So I was moving along.
It's a fast time.
It's a good time for
the car.
Underdone car, I guess. And just coming onto turn 12 onto the main straight, the right rear just got onto the grass, flinging me across into the pit wall.
You hit the wall?
At about 160, yeah.
You hit the wall?
Hit the wall.
And you're injured?
Tested the airbags. They weren't Takata,
So this is your own car, not someone else's?
No, this is your own car? It's my own personal car. So
and it was insured?
Well, not on the track, no.
Okay.
So it was
So do we want to talk about that?
My wife wasn't too happy.
Did you burn money on that?
Yeah, well, I had to pay for that to be fixed
the whole
myself.
Car? Okay, so you didn't claim you did it on the road?
No, I'm not going to do any of that.
Okay, so all right, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was about all my connections, still about 25 grand to get it back.
Yeah, but what about yourself? Did you hurt yourself?
The car's safe. I had no cage, no harness. It was just a standard road car.
Yeah.
I just had a big bruise from the seatbelt and went to hospital overnight just for some checks. And they said, we can't believe you hit it that hard and you look good.
Any hot nurses?
Oh, I can't remember back that far. My wife
you blanked out. You blanked out.
They couldn't believe it either. They go, how fast were you going? I was just coming into
160 into turn 12.
Well, fourth gear flat out. Coming onto the main straight to head up. But
that's downhill too, isn't it?
Right? A little bit, yeah.
A little bit downhill.
Yeah, you turn into the left and it just pushes you out. Mm-hmm. And just pushed me a little bit too far. Just a touch on the grass, and that's all it took at that speed.
And what was that day for? Was it just a normal track day, or was it?
It was a Porsche Club track day.
Okay.
As I was in hospital checking the times on Natsoft. Natsoft's a website you can check all your times. So I was in hospital looking at it, going, "I hope no one's beat me."
Is that right?
I managed to get the quickest time in that group.
Still, after that, you still had the quickest time.
Yeah, no one beat me. So that was one good thing. And then I got out of hospital, walked into work Monday afternoon, and did a deal.
Did you sell a Cayman?
No, I sold a Cayman hybrid.
Or a Boxster or something.
Cayman hybrid. Yeah.
So what happened to that car in the end?
So that car got back on the road, and then it had some other complications.
Oh, I know this one. Is that the one that, yes?
Ended up having other issues and caught fire and whatnot.
Do you want to talk about that one or not? Not really.
It's a bit of a sore point. So
it's a sore point. Oh, we won't talk about that one, but it did catch fire for anyone wanting to know about that one.
It
did. So how did you... I'm going to ask you, what was the first point you noticed you caught fire? Like, what were you doing? Were you driving down on the phone?
I was just driving on the Dingley bypass.
Okay.
And then people were looking at me and like, yeah, it's a pretty cool car. It's yellow.
The yellow box.
There's smoke coming out the back.
Ah.
So I pulled over and then there were flames coming out. Apparently some diff seals or whatever had flung oil onto the hot exhaust manifold. And it lit up.
Was that caused by the accident, or was that no?
No.
That was something.
Yeah, this is like a few years later.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like the next week. Or obviously
no.
not. The other car was smashed, but you got it back. It took a couple of years before it burnt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that car's cost me a lot of money.
Yeah. No, we won't talk any more about that one.
Looking for another track car at the moment.
What would you go now?
Well, I don't know.
Cayman R. You've already said that.
Cayman R.
Because you got to win Tats Lotto tonight.
It's not in the budget. I was looking around.
What's the Cayman R worth now?
They're holding their price really well. They're still 120, 130.
How many were made? Do you know?
I'll have to have a look. But there's hardly any came in.
There couldn't be many of them. I'm sure.
A lot less than GT4.
There was a black one not long ago. Is that right? Do you remember the black one we saw?
Black one around, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You know, black, white, red, and that peridot green colours.
Wow.
But, I don't know. I was thinking maybe, and everyone's raving about how good 86 is just for enjoyment. I know they're not powerful, they're not fast.
No, but they handle well.
Like even Chris Harris did a review on that versus an older Cayman, and said the actual enjoyment you got out of it on the back roads was every bit as good as the Cayman without the the running costs.
Well, I always sold the Subaru BRZ. Like I worked for them when they came out.
Yeah.
And it was the same car, of course. There was nothing different other than the body and the looks and, you know, a little bit more expensive. But I love the car. Like, I've done a couple of videos on it and I really enjoyed driving them. I found them a bit clunky, though. There was in the gear with the tail shaft. I noticed you get a bit of a clunk when you put it in the gear. I don't know if it's just the initial cars that came through. But no, I love driving them. They were good. They handled really well. It's a bit like the Mazda RX-8. You know, they don't go fast, but they go well around corners.
Yeah, there's a few mods you can do if you get carried up. There's a big aftermarket scene, so if you wanted any bits and pieces, you can do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of turbocharged kits. I remember when they came out.
Yeah, the young kid at work's got that one. It's about 280 kilowatts at the wheels.
Is that really?
BRZ,
I didn't know that. I've seen it.
It's a nice looking car.
Yeah, I've seen the car, and I think he's a bit of a fan of the Mighty Car mods as well. I see, and also TJ Hunt stickers all over the car.
Yeah, it's a good looking. He's got nice wheels and everything on it.
You know, Mighty Car mods are doing a video series at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're doing a. I don't know if it's a BRZ. I think it's a BRZ.
Okay.
And they've got a 99 STI 2-door.
Oh, nice.
So they've been doing. You haven't been watching that? No, you ever watched them? No,
I've watched them before. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're basically building the two cars, and they've taken them around the track early on. I watched a video late last night, in fact, where they've done like stabilizer bars. They've done upgrades on that, so you know they're going to be putting them back on the track after they do all the mods to see. Would you believe the BRZ has been just as quick around the track as the WRX STI? It's just
really?
fast in a straight line, but go around corners, it didn't have it.
Oh, yeah.
Too much roll in them. Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Where did we get up to? We got up to a track car. You said your one.
Oh, the Cayman R. Yeah,
you said Cayman R. All right, what did I put? Oh, GT2 RS.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone else would choose, I think. We're not talking money. You know, we've got $600,000 to $700,000 at the moment to spend.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's probably a good one to use.
What colour? Not cards red again.
No, not red. I like black. Something that's going to, black. But if you get the Visec pack, you won't notice the carbon fibre if you go black car. So would you have to choose a different colour? Maybe a white.
That's nice. Yeah.
White does look all right. And you could always wrap it a different colour for a little while, protect it.
Yeah.
But that's probably my pick for a track car. Supercar, this is where we get to the fun stuff.
Supercar.
Yeah, what would you use?
Probably, I was going to say a Huracan Performante.
I picked the same car.
Did you?
Yeah,
No
the
way.
exact same car, Huracan Performante. Yeah.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah, it's my favourite car.
This
I love
looks
it.
good. They're not too big, like some of the Lambos.
And I love the forged carbon fibre. You know how to use that.
The detail on it. I'll have to get the lime green.
You'd have to go green. What is that? Ithaca, Vert Ithaca or whatever it is. I know it's changed the names over the years, but definitely. Green, I've got it written right there, look.
Oh, geez. See how you have. Yeah.
Yep. You seen my last one now, have you?
No, I didn't.
No.
My glasses are good, but not that good.
All right, well, let's go straight to the last one then. Dream Hypercar.
Hypercar, it's a bit of a hard one.
No, I could pick yours.
But the 918 Spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, 918 Spider.
Is that what you picked?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you might go that way. And with the Visec pack as well.
Yeah, the full. Yeah.
The full with the white with the red stickers.
White with the red stickers. Yeah. Salzburg decals. And the flames coming out at night. Remember?
Yeah.
Richard Hammond was driving. That was pretty cool.
Do you want to guess what I picked?
Was it another Lambo?
No, it wasn't a Lambo.
Koenigsegg? Or how do you say
no,
that?
Koenigsegg.
Koenigsegg.
No, not a Koenigsegg. Although I would love a Koenigsegg. I thought about it for a little while.
Yeah. Oh, Pagani's under.
No.
No?
No, I went... One more guess?
Got me now.
A Bugatti. A Bugatti Chiron, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Definitely love the Bugatti Chiron.
Chiron Stone.
Yeah, I love it. 16 cylinders, like a lot of performance,
16
and
cylinders.
You don't get them here. Like I think there's two Bugatti Veyrons in Australia.
Is that all?
If Dutton's ever bought any more in, but there's two. There's two blue ones. One's blue with silver. One's blue with black.
Oh yeah.
I've only ever seen two here. So we're talking something that's going to be. You're never going to see one. I mean, then again, you don't see a 918 Spider.
No.
I know there's a grey one at Dutton's, I think. Silver or grey one, and we've had a white one. You know, I've seen a white one there.
On the street.
Yeah, but I don't know how many 918s are in Australia at the moment. Probably not many.
Well, they didn't officially bring any in. That's a good list of cars there.
Well, I sort of went through a list of autocar.co.uk. I sort of went through, what would I go? Like, I know the Bugatti's probably been my favourite for a long time, but they've got 20 they've been working on. They've got La Ferrari.
Okay.
Which I thought about, but I thought it's probably, red Ferrari. I don't think I chose a Ferrari at all.
Okay, no.
Do you know what I nearly chose instead of the Performante?
What's that?
The AMG GT
GDS
or something like that.
Yeah, they're a nice car actually. Yeah,
that's a lot of car for the money. Like a mate of mine was today. A mate of mine today called me. He was looking to buy one. He's thinking about it. It's 149. 149. It's really? I forget what year it might be. It might be a 15 or 17 GDS, AMG GDS. It's black, 149, 2 years warranty on it as well, and it's a manufacturer warranty, which I didn't think you could do. I'll bring it up.
That sounds cheap, 149.
149 for AMG GDS in black, and the thing is a beast.
So it's cheaper than you can get a new C63 for.
I know what. You'd have to go that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you'd have to do it.
It's good value.
Can we find it? In fact, I'll look at it. I tell you, in any case, it's probably done about 150,000 kilometres. That's probably why. Let's have a look.
It's an A-class for the body kit.
So here you go. Look at this. It is 2016 Mercedes-Benz AMG GTS in black. So black on black. Kilometres. Oh, 51,000 Ks. 58,000. 51,851. That's a lot of car for 149.
Gee, that's cheap.
It's like less than Macan Turbo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's like Macan GDS pricing. You've got an AMG GDS. So you got what's that? The 4-litre twin turbo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice looking car. They're a lot prettier than the original SLS. A bit smaller.
Yeah, I don't mind the SLS at all. But the gull-wing doors I couldn't live with. I think the wank factor would. I'd probably feel a bit embarrassed going to a local shopping centre and that, lifting the doors up.
Drive through.
Which is why I never chose like a Ventador or anything like that for my supercar. I just couldn't deal with those doors.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with them, but I probably couldn't do it. Well, there's our list.
A lot of car for the money.
It is, isn't it? There you go. That's the car there.
Jeez. With no engine or? No,
yeah, no engine, no wheels.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's a lot of car. I know where that is. That's in New South Wales, I think. Yeah, it's at a Mercedes-Benz dealer too.
There's some good value around.
What was the power of those? How much power did they have? Specs. Let's have a look.
It would have to be around 400 kilowatts, wouldn't it? You'd imagine.
375.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 650 newton meters. And 0 to 100, do you want to guess?
It's going to be 4.3, 4.4.
Yeah, better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3.8.
3.8?
3.8.
Far out.
What's that? What's that going to compete against? 911.
Yeah.
Current model.
Carrera S, yeah.
Carrera S, yeah.
That's not bad.
That's a quick car.
For the money.
Now, is it P-plate legal in Victoria? It's banned, would you believe?
Banned, jeez.
But you know what? In ACT, Western Australia, Northern Territory and Tasmania, you can drive it on your P-plates. Would you believe that? Yeah. That's probably what we should do as a segment. Can you drive it on your P-plate?
Can you drive it?
There we go. I'll write that one down for next time. So what are we doing? We're on carsales.com.au.
Yeah, obviously the most expensive car in the country at the moment.
So we're going to see all of them. All right, let's go. Show me 150,501 cars. Oh, F40.
Geez. F40.
$2.4 million. Who's got it?
See the one that was smashed last week in Queensland?
I did. Everyone thought it was fake though.
Was it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was real. But there was a 308, I think it is. What is it? Hang on. It's I've got it written down here, Ferrari 308. People thought it was a modified replica.
Oh, okay.
There's someone up in Queensland who's made a replica car, 308, into an F40. Yeah, no, you wouldn't be happy.
It might have been a VL Commodore 308. Oh, look at that, James Bond, 1.7 mil.
64 DB5. You know they're making them brand new again?
Are they?
Yeah, they're making a handful of these DB5s brand new.
Well, under license? Well, they do it themselves.
They're doing it. They're doing it. And they're charging, I think, like $5 million. Hang on. Aston Martin DB5s. Google it. $5 million, yeah. See?
Far out. So it's cheaper to get the genuine one.
Yeah, no. I know. I'll have to look into it more. But I know they're building... I don't know how many they're building. They're building a whole 25 cars. There you go.
Oh, is that all?
So Aston Martin says strictly 25 cars will be built.
We get a bulletproof windscreen.
A bullet-resistant... Yeah, what if you throw a bullet at it?
How resistant?
Not shoot it.
Who's testing these things?
You just sit there and I'll fire it out. Simulated tyre slasher and a rear smoke.
Rear smoke screen. Far out. I reckon the cheapest car is. I reckon it's going to be...
oh, that's right. We're going to go back to car sales.
It's going to be something from the...
all right, we're going to guess.
Toyota stable?
Ooh, no. I reckon it'd be like... What? It's got to be like $500. There's got to be a minimum, hadn't there?
I I reckon it'll be under 500.
Do you reckon?
Like a Kia, no, not Kia, Hyundai Sonata or something.
Or
Like an early 90s.
or we're talking like an old Lancer or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Mitsubishi Lancer. All right, where we go?
Low
To
to
high. Oh, yeah, Toyota. No,
that's incorrect. Someone's made a mistake.
What? 110 drive away, $110 for a Cobra. See that there?
You have to honour that
to a drive.
price.
That's probably worth 30 grand still.
Yeah.
It's only. Yeah, do you have to honour it? We should call them up.
Oh, here we go. A Daewoo Lanos.
Yeah. Oh yes.
It comes with a free blue healer.
$350.
You get a blue healer with it. Remember those ads?
No. Yeah. The dog. What was it called?
Kane or something. I think it was Kane.
Yeah.
Blue healer. Followed the car around the car park.
That's not bad.
It's not even run in yet. 185,000.
Little grass has grown long all around it. And what else we got? Peugeot 206. So
geez.
you just don't want one of them.
No.
200,000 Ks. Every light will be on. The engine light will be on in that one.
With more lights than Christmas.
You didn't get the whole one. It wasn't that good. There you go.
Thank you. Honda, that's probably one that will keep going.
How many Ks? 300,000. Yeah, it's got a bit to go. That's right. I remember I had a Honda Civic I bought probably around the same year as that one. And the day I bought my new car, the day I got my Cordia Turbo,
That's cool.
I drove to work, I turned the car off and it kept running. I pulled the key out, it was still running.
Jeez.
It had gotten too hot or something. It was like the head gasket had gone and it just kept running. There was enough heat in the motor. I turned it off. I don't know what was wrong with it. And I ended up getting like 200 or $150 or 200 off a scrap guy. He come and picked it up that day. Yeah. All right. Kia Rio.
Get away with anything in Rio.
Yeah.
There's an RB30.
Yeah, look at that.
What? That's too cheap.
$400.
Yeah,
Let's have a look at the photos though. What is it? Just a motor.
Have a look at the photos.
Yeah, there's no photo of the car. There's only a photo of the motor. There's two photos of the motor and one photo of the Speedo to prove that the car's already done, 243. Or is it only the engine's done that much? Where's the comment? Say, how do we get out of this?
Missing the throttle, but no, it's missing the throttle body. Got a rag there. Comments. Oh, it's the motor.
Oh, it's the motor.
Look, there's no car attached.
How can you do that?
Look at the ad. Pick up from Sunshine. Mechanic pulling out engine in Sunshine.
How can you sell a car on car sales but just a motor? Oh, it's not eBay.
Yeah, because you know why? It's cheeky. It's free under $5,000 now.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Yeah, you can tell how many times I've sold a car. I haven't sold a car on car sales for a long time.
You know, I'm on there too much. But,
how many cars you sold last year?
well, last year, not too bad. I think 3 or 4 maybe.
3 or 4. How many cars have you had in total ever?
I lost count. I think maybe probably about 125, about 125, 130, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I get sick of the same one.
125 cars.
Yeah.
What was your first car you bought?
The XD Falcon.
Oh, I love it.
The S-Pack, and it was a 302 V8 on the dual fuel, on the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool car. Red. It's probably worth money now.
So you talked about that car the other day when you revved it. Was it the gas would backfire?
Oh, yeah. The gas backfire.
I remember a Commodore. There was a VB Commodore I used to drive. Would do the same thing or something, and then you hear it pop, a massive bang when you try and start it or something with your foot on the gas.
Yeah, if you put your foot down too much, you blow the airbox off.
Yeah, that was what it was. Yeah, you go under the bonnet, have to put it back on again.
That was good. It got defected in the end. That's why I got rid of it.
Okay.
Down at Frankston Pier.
Yeah, what were we doing down
Donuts and all the rubber was up to the guards.
Yeah.
And the police came. Look at there's like 30 cars there.
Yeah.
And they said, "Who owns this car?" So I'm not walking over to it because I'll get fined. But I left it open and I started going through my phone and wallet and said, "I will just chuck all this stuff out until the person comes forward." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me."
Really?
You got the thing, major defect notice.
What, a canary on the window?
Yeah.
So what do you do? Just send it to a wreckers?
Yeah, it's got like $1,000 for it. And it went to the wreckers.
So then what do you get?
And then I got a VL Commodore, a manual.
A manual VL.
SL, that was good. No
what motor's in that? Is that the
RB30?
Okay, same motor as one here.
Same motor as that.
So you could buy this one for $400 if you still have that car. This one's only done 243,000 Ks.
Jeez.
Good deal. Could you buy a motor back then for $400?
Probably not. Probably over $1,000.
Yeah.
Car. No power steering, no air conditioning.
Very light on the back end too.
Really low. It used to go well. Everyone thought it was turbo, but it wasn't.
So that was your second car, was it?
That was the second car.
How long did you have it for? How long did you have the first car for?
I probably had that for about 6 months.
And then the second one?
About 6 months.
So when did you start selling a lot of cars? Probably later when you started selling, cars for yourself?
No, just from day one, really. Just kept selling them and buying them. Get sick of the same one.
But you always made money on them?
Not always, no.
See, I did the opposite. I've probably only had a handful of cars. I could count them all on one hand.
Oh, shit.
But I always ruin my cars. So my first car was a Mazda RX-7, Series 1. Everyone said I was going to kill myself if I bought it. Don't buy it.
Shit.
And I ended up buying one. I was too scared to drive it home. I got a mate to drive it home from Geelong. So he drove me all the way home. I didn't want to drive at night. I was too scared. So I had to work in the morning the next day. Yeah. And it was my first time driving. It was driving to work like 2 minutes around the corner. And I ended up, what did I do to that? I wanted to paint it a different colour, a purple from the Barina. Remember the Barina had a purple at one point? Back in the 90s?
The Joy edition?
I wanted it in that colour and I was going to get it painted and I stripped it back to bare metal and I never did anything with it. Oh, shit. And I put a bit of, and then the mate bought it off me, I think, for $1,000, which I don't think he ever paid me for.
Oh, really?
And they used it on a drag strip. They fixed the car up.
Oh, jeez. That's pretty cool.
So what's the best car you've owned?
It's probably a hard one. I've had some cars probably shouldn't have sold, but...
like what?
Like that RX-7, the Series 2.
Oh, you had a...
promotional car.
Yeah, what did you say it was? It was a Stuyvesant.
Yeah, Peter Stuyvesant promotional car. So it looked like the Alan Moffat. It had the
43.
flares, and it had the B45 gold wheels. No rear wiper, just had a plate saying RX-7.
Yep.
And manual windows. It was a lightweight.
So it was one of the proper cars that
It was a proper car. There was only 6. And I remember the rego still, COP991.
What do you reckon that's worth? Do you reckon it's still out there?
Well, I sold it for $8,000 back when I was a teenager and I thought that was a good deal. But now it's probably, who knows how much it's worth now.
So what's that number plate? Hang on, let's have a look. Because I do this. My first number plate, I still remember, AOS 843, is on a Porsche Macan now that was sold. Yeah. I had a look because I wanted to buy it and put it on my RX-8.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
What was the number plate? Let's check. See if it's still on a car now.
That'd be interesting. It was COP. COP 991, not 991. Yeah.
So 991 like the Porsche.
Like the Porsche 991.
Not found. So there you go. You can go get it if you wanted it.
Jeez, that's funny. Little car.
Yeah, see, look at this. If you do this, what's my one was AOS 843. That was my first car, a green Mazda RX-7.
Jeez.
Watch this. It'd be on a Porsche Macan. I think it's a white Macan. Yeah, wait. White Porsche Macan, see?
That is too. Yeah. That's funny. Jeez.
I thought, do I want to buy it? Do I want to spend it?
See
it's
$500. See if my first plate's on there.
What's your first plate?
Off that XD.
All right, so we're on Vic Road's website. We're going to registration check. All right, what do we have?
79 XD. It was the first of the green and white plates.
Not found. It's available. Found. There you go. So you can get them back. It's probably still sitting on an XD Ford Falcon somewhere, dumped down in Cranbourne.
Yeah, that's right.
Down in Frankston. You probably left it at the pier.
It probably is down there.
That'd be funny.
Far out. That was not a bad car at the time. The world's first car with a plastic fuel tank and plastic bumpers, the XD Falcon.
Did it really have plastic fuel tank?
Yeah, it was
I didn't know that.
First production car with a plastic fuel tank.
I never knew that.
XD Falcon.
Is that right? A mate of mine had one. He had a blue one. He painted it. Well, he didn't. He bought it like that. It was an XD Ford Falcon, full SAS interior. Remember back in the 90s, everyone wanted the SAS interior. It had it was like a, blue, the light blue.
Oh, that hero colour?
The real hero colour for the Ford Focus. Yeah. He had it painted that colour in 2-pack. Okay. So it looked really cool. That's and he had B45 Simmons on it too. But
I had another XD Falcon a few years later.
What was that one?
That was good. That was a factory 351 manual.
Yeah, okay.
S-Pack as well, white. It had was really rare at the time. It was like a period modification fuel injection.
So it was red?
No, it was white. But it was, good on you. How'd I miss that? You do get me once a month. Okay, lost my train of thought now. It was on, remember the Unique Cars magazine?
I remember the magazine. Every Thursday morning I'd go up to the milk bar to buy one of those magazines.
Yeah, it was on the front cover of that.
Okay.
And it was in Bendigo. So Dad said, I'll go and buy this. Mum said, you're not buying that. You don't need a 351, blah, blah. A young fella. Oh, no, it'll be all right. But yeah, manual 4-speed and...
How old were you?
I think 19 or 20.
See, you could do it then too because the powder weight ratio didn't work.
I don't think
it did today.
No.
It was fine to drive on your red P plates.
Yeah, I think it still might have been a bit sus, but got away with it. But that was a good car, and I had that for a bit. But being an apprentice wages, being a parts interpreter, the fuel for that thing,
Yeah.
it was like a centre point fuel injection. So it was electronic. It had a little box, like a Holly box in the back seat, and you can adjust it.
In this, where the seat's meant to be?
Behind the driver's seat.
Okay.
It had a box there.
Yeah.
And you can adjust all the settings, and it would a big nozzle in the middle under the car. We would just dump it in. Instead of, like, it was like a poor man's fuel injection. But
So you got someone in the back winding it up like
so crank it up a bit. That was pretty cool. But yeah, broke a few. It was a single rail gearbox that blew up, and it needed a top loader gearbox. But it was a cool car. My mate said, "I'll give you $5,000 for it." I thought, he's never going to buy it, this bloke. And he came around with the cash. I thought, okay, you can have it. And he's got it now, and it had a full respray.
Is he still got it?
He's still got it. It's still got the 3-digit rego that my dad got me, FXD, Ford XD. That car's pretty worth it. It's insured for like over $50,000.
Yeah, I think the number plate's probably worth a bit of money too.
Number plate's
FXD.
worth money, but it was, it had like a Phase 5 bonnet at the front. And it's got like FR19s on it. It's got these huge NASCAR brakes on it. It's got top loader. It's got everything in it. It's fully bare metal respray and Ford Focus, that like tomato red.
So do you regret selling it?
I thought,
no, probably not, because you probably would have sold it to somebody
that's
else
That's
anyway.
what everyone says. That's what everyone says. If you've kept it, you would have sold it anyway, because you
haven't held on to one car.
Cars.
No.
But it's good he's still got it. I've driven it a few times too. It's like taking me back to my the childhood days.
Does it feel like you're still in the same car though?
A little bit. It hasn't got that silly setup. It's fully rebuilt. It's got a huge 750 carbine. It's big cam and everything. But yeah, it's still got that same smell in it. Always had a certain smell in the car, the interior.
Yeah.
But it's fully, it's got a BA full leather interior. But yeah, it still feels like the same car.
It's pretty cool. It's good to be, at least funny because somebody held on to it.
Because my girlfriend at the time used to go around cruising in it, who's now my wife. So she remembers the car.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I asked her out on one of those cruise nights in my tough guy, my
we go meet
XD
everyone up
Falcon,
at, where would you meet? Up at Burwood Highway, up at the Car Lovers?
Yeah, down there, in Frankston, you had the first pier and the second pier.
Yeah.
It was always a good one.
Where did you live at the time?
In Frankston.
You lived in Frankston, that's why you're going. Yeah, I always went up to Burwood Highway.
Yeah, around there, but we did all the, the Dandy Run, the Westall Run. That was a cool car, but there's been a couple of cars. There was one AMG, it was a C43, but not the new C43. It was just like the 99 model.
Yeah, right.
Like a boxy C.
Yeah.
It looked like a 4-cylinder. No wings, no loud exhaust. But they had a hand-built 205 kilowatt V8 in it.
Yeah.
The rare as hen's teeth. I picked it up. They had a Toyota dealer had it. Yeah, Preston Toyota had it.
Okay.
Stupid price, $10,000. I thought, shit. So I bought that. Drove that round for a bit. I'm like, I need a bigger car. So I sold it, got my money back. But now you can't get one on the net under 25, 30 grand. Probably the quickest turnaround. I got a Honda Accord Euro manual, a trade-in.
Oh, I remember this car.
Remember that black car?
Yeah, I remember this car.
Drove it overnight. Manual, not really for me, manual. Put it online.
What did you buy it for?
I bought it for $7,000.
Okay, yeah.
Got one of the guys to do a roadie and then drove it home. Like, I did plan to keep it. And I'm like, don't really like manual in the traffic. Put it online for 10, and this kid rang up and bought it the next night.
So you made $3,000 from one day.
Yeah, from one day. So that was
not
good.
bad. I remember that because you got in trouble for that car.
I did get in trouble for that. He liked me doing it.
Yeah. Jake would buy cars to drive for himself, wholesale, the ones that were traded in, and then he would sell them. And he got a bit of a name.
They've banned me down. They've changed the company policy now to 2 cars a year.
So you can only do 2 cars a year. And how many at a time were you doing, do you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. I probably lost count. I had to have like 3 separate car sales accounts because it said you've exceeded your amount for the year.
Yeah, well, I thought legally you could only do 7.
Well, everyone says that for Vic roads, but I think it's a myth because no one's ever said anything.
No one's come to you, and the tax department haven't come
No.
yet.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll cut this bit out.
It's not like I've been making money. That was only a couple you make money on.
Yeah, you're not making money on any of these, are you?
But I generally get sick of it.
Okay.
It's not what I thought. I even bought a Fiesta last year to run around. I forgot about that.
What do you mean, a Fiesta? What?
It was traded in. A manual Fiesta, like a 2009. I drove that for a few weeks. I'm like, to save money.
Like a hotted up Fiesta or just a base model Fiesta? Just something
a Z-Tech.
Cheap to run.
Z-Tech. I thought cheap to run. I'm like, don't really need it. Sold that.
How long do you have it for?
Oh no, 3 months.
To make your money back?
Yeah.
And
made $500.
There you go. That's not bad. I don't have any stories like that. I don't. Like, I mean, I do. I've got the Cordia, which I bought.
That's a cool car now.
Well,
That's a rare car.
well, that's the thing. There's only one on car sales at the moment, and I think it's about 19 grand. It's been there for quite a while. In fact, let's have a look, see if it's on there. So I bought a Cordia when I said that the Honda Civic, remember I said it stopped working? Yeah. That was the day I picked up my Cordia. It was only back in like 2011, something like that.
Was it silver? They're all silver.
No, the Cordia was burgundy. So a mate of mine had one. I saw it. So I went in after a day of work, right? It's my RDO. Yeah. The next day I went in and I saw a Cordia sitting over in the corner of the car park. I said, whose car's that? They said, it was traded in yesterday. So I said, I'll buy it. And they said, no, the engine doesn't work. I didn't care. I said, well, I found out it was, they bought it for $1. That's how much they paid for the car. They paid $1 for this car from this guy. He lived up in the hills. And he had a blown motor, apparently, the timing belt. And I went in the next day and I saw it there and I said, how much you pay for it? I said, I'll buy it. And they said, no, it's not worth it. It's got a blown motor. The mechanics looked at it yesterday. So I went into the mechanics and I said, who looked at the engine of that one? And a couple of guys said, yeah. And apparently no one's looked at it. Apparently it's got a blown motor. No one wants it. I said, I'll buy it now. So I gave them $500 for the car. Yeah. And I went and grabbed a battery booster. Yeah. Now, the thing with the Mitsubishi Cordia is they had a free revving motor. I forget what you call it. But so if the timing chain broke, it would never hit the pistons with the valves.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I said, the worst that's going to happen, it's going to spin and I'd have to fix the motor, but who cares? So I went and grabbed a battery pack from the mechanics. Yeah. They followed me out there. I jump-started the car. It started up first time. It was all rattly, but it was running. It wasn't broken. Huh. I revved it a few times. All the rust from the exhaust that was inside blew out the back. And everyone's face dropped. They're like, oh, fuck, we should have bought that.
Idiots.
And so I'd already bought it. I bought it for $500. At the time, I needed one more car to get my bonus.
Oh, yeah.
So where the company I work for, which I won't name, when you sell more than 18 cars, you would get a bonus. When you go over 21, you get another bonus.
Oh, that's good.
So I'd already sat at 20 vehicles. I sold that to myself for $500. It got me, I think, about a $1,500 bonus. So it literally cost me, I was paid $1,000 to take the car. And I took it and I drove it for nearly 2 years. And then I sold, I bought it for $500. And I drove it for nearly 2 years. When I bought my WRX is when I traded it in. I didn't trade it in, sorry. I sold it on eBay to a guy in Adelaide on a truck. It was $1,250. Jeez. I sold it. So I made money on it after 2 years of driving it. But now that car's worth more money.
Yeah, what was that like to drive?
I loved it. It had a boost leak. Sometimes it would be good. Sometimes it would be out of control. But it was a boost leak somewhere. So occasionally it would just get like this infinite boost. You put your foot down, it would just like wind off there and it would just go crazy. What do you think? How do you think we went today for the first podcast?
Well, it's good. There's some nice cars to talk about. Get a bit of an introduction.
So what do you think we got planned for the rest? So we're going to do like an initial 10 podcast?
Yeah, do initial 10.
Yep. See how we go. Yeah. See if we get any listeners. See if we get any followers.
Yeah. And then have different topics.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll take questions from viewers or listeners.
Yeah, from listeners, what their favourite cars are.
How are they going to contact us?
Well, you can contact us at Gmail, wideopenthrottlepodcast@gmail.com.
So is that what the podcast is called? Wide Open Throttle?
It is.
We worked that out?
It is Wide Open Throttle.
It is.
It's foot to the floor.
So why did we go Wide Open Throttle? Everything else is taken.
Everything else is taken. Well, why would you want to go? Why would you want to? Why would you want to go?
Sunday drive. Could you call it Sunday drive or something?
Why would you want to go half throttle? Why would you go half throttle?
No, you wouldn't.
That's like saying mildly fast and a little bit angry.
That's what you wanted to call it. That was one of the ones you wanted to call it, and that was a take on the Fast and Furious
franchise. Yeah.
Well, look, I think how long we've been recording for? We've been recording for 53 minutes in total. We're probably going to cut out about half of that.
Yeah.
Like I'll do an edit. So this will be a 20-minute podcast of a lot of laughing, a lot of this stuff.
Do you want to hear an old hybrid joke?
All right, go on.
What do you call an old hybrid?
Yeah, I don't know.
Prehistoric.
There we go. I'll give you a laughing track.
I'll give
you one of these as well. Hang on. There you go.
Oh, that's good. I just want to see you push that button.
So what we've got to do, okay, well, let's talk about that actually. Before we go, we thought about doing a podcast. We've been talking about it for a little while, and I've been trying to plan what we're going to do, what we're going to write, different segments, how long it's going to go for. And you get a bit of writer's block. You get sick of writing things, and you know what? The best way to do it is just to jump in. We've got snacks here.
Got snacks.
All these chips, and I've got licorice, which you haven't touched any of it at all.
I don't eat licorice. But you've got more chips than Crown Casino here.
Yeah, I thought I'd give you a selection. I've got prawn crackers there, but barbecue flavoured prawn crackers.
Oh, right, that's very exotic.
They're not bad. They're pretty good. We've got a couple of drinks here as well to keep us
hydrated.
Hydrated.
It's a hydration station.
But yeah, so basically just wanted to get sort of stuck into a podcast rather than sit there and think about it and not do anything. I went out today and spent $1,500 on equipment. So new microphones. I hope we've left these on.
They're on.
Check. Yeah. And we've got a Rodecaster as well. So hopefully...
It's a great looking device.
It's a good device. Yeah. It's got lots of buttons. We can program some more in there. I definitely think a intro and outro we need to do.
Yes.
You're going to work on that one?
Non-royalty.
Have you got some?
Yeah.
All right. So have you got that you can play now through the microphone? So this is what Jake thinks we're going to use as a intro and outro.
This is one of the examples. Not that one. Tropic Thunder, not that.
That's not bad. I like it.
It gets better.
Maybe a couple of car noises, bit of revving engines, cold start.
Vroom.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Not bad, is it?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
How long does this go for? Is this like the outro, the intro, or just a bit of background music while we're doing it?
Goes for 2 minutes.
Oh, we'll have this playing on loop.
Yeah, there you go.
The whole podcast. So we'll program that one in for next time we're on the podcast. So we're going to do another one every Tuesday. We're going to do a podcast. You'll probably get it maybe Thursday. You know, by the time I've edited out half of the rubbish.
I like doing it Tuesday. I can say, see you all next Tuesday.
Well, that's a good idea. That's probably what we should have called a podcast. That probably would have worked a bit better. It's not really car related though, is it?
Not really, no.
No.
Not really.
Although I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Mask on, that's right.
Yeah, I know. They're just coming to roll the joint. So we're sitting in my man cave at the moment, which is a factory.
Really cool.
And it's pretty cool. You've never been here before, have you?
No, it's good.
So what do you think of it?
That's a good idea.
And what about inside here? A couple of cars in here.
There's a couple of
old rotaries.
Hiroshima screamers in there.
This is where I come and spend all my money and my time. So if I'm not working in the car trade, I'm here working on my cars.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Which I think we'll cover those over the next couple of podcasts. We'll definitely talk about what we've got.
And what you're planning to do with it.
What we're planning to do with it, because it's a good one. I've got it on YouTube as well as a series, which I think is pretty cool.
Exactly.
To go through the cars that I've got, it's going to take me about 5 minutes. The cars that I've owned, I've always been driving company cars, so I haven't got that bigger. Like I reckon I've got probably 5 or 6 cars that I've owned.
Really? I always miss out on the company cars for some reason.
No, so well, maybe you should work in the service department again.
Get back to service.
That's a bit of a backstory joke there.
They love it.
Well, look, I think we'll leave it there. You got anything you want to say before we go?
No, just it'll be good to interact with you guys out there and give you a few different ideas. We'll talk about some of the track days, how you can get into it without spending a lot of money.
That's a good idea. It's good.
Yeah, because everyone always thinks, how do I get out there? How do I get involved in different clubs and different track days and whatnot? We can chat about how you can do that without having to spend a fortune. Okay,
well, look, I'll tell you what, though, and I'm sorry to hijack your little comment you were putting out there. I've got that Mazda RX-8 sitting there behind you.
Yeah.
I thought about turning that into a track car. I've never done a track day. So it's something I've never done. I've always wanted to do. I'm a bit scared, to be honest.
A lot of people are at first, but it's you can start it up. You can go at your own pace. You don't have to.
But what if I deck that out, put a roll cage in it, and do a few things? Is that
you don't have to do a lot. You can just do some R-Spec tyres, put some SRF brake fluid, and try it out and see if you like it.
So we don't bore the brakes. Is that what it's for?
Yeah, that is. Okay. That's the first thing you do. You can just do that. And do a couple of runs of the Tampered guys, Tampered Sports Car Club. Oh. It doesn't matter which make or model you've got.
Okay.
To Sandown.
All right.
Doesn't cost much for the day, and see if you like it as a track car before you spend any money on improving it.
Well, I think it's definitely worthwhile. It's definitely something I want to do. So maybe that's what we can do. We get a bit of a forward segment there.
Yeah, project.
Yeah, I reckon that's something we can do.
Start off with some basics. If you like it, then you can do the cage and all that stuff.
And another little segue I'm doing here. You know there's a Pakenham racetrack going in? Have you heard of that
I've heard rumours. Is that
there's going in. Yeah,
coming to fruition?
So near McGregor Road, just on the other side there, they're going to do, when Sandown closes down, they're going to move it up here to Pakenham.
Okay, well, that's closer to home.
Oh, mate, I'd be loving it. It'd be great. I could drive from here, just go straight over.
Far out. So it's good.
Okay. Well, look, I think
Keep
that's
an eye
everything.
on that development then.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be really good. And I'm actually looking forward to it, knowing that Jake's done a lot of track days.
Yeah, I've done quite a few, yeah.
I reckon it'd be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so for next week on the show, any ideas what you're thinking?
I've got to keep it secret.
Okay, all right. So we've been very tight-lipped about it for next week. We're not going to talk about it until you hear it. We could just go start naming this podcast. We can call it fucking
Wide Open
Green.
Throttle. Wide Open Throttle podcast.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you, and good to see you again. And I guess we'll
See you next Tuesday.
see you next Tuesday. I like that. That's good. All right, we'll work on that. Bye. That's a bad one, isn't it?
It's a bit corny.
I like your one better. All right, let's go.